some good plans for July 4th and the days preceding it and the days after it. Hard to believe that we're already in the midst of summer, but we are. And again, welcome you to prayer meeting tonight. I just want to say thank you to all of you who helped on Sunday with Grandpa Bubbles event. It's hard to tell, how many people we had because it's so large of an area, people coming and going and so on. But a lot of literature was given out. Kids were signed up for Bible school, and people had opportunities to talk with some of the guests about the Lord, and so it was all good. And the Lord was especially good, as if you were here on Sunday afternoon, there were storms all around us, but not here. And so the Lord held off the rain so that we could get it done. But again, thank you to all of you who helped. Thank you to the outreach committee that planned it and went off very, very well. And we'll continue to pray for the literature and those who had discussions that maybe we'll hear of someone coming to know Christ as a result of it. But again, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, by way of other announcements, keep in mind Bible school is coming up very, very quickly. A week from Sunday, it begins the 9th in the evening. Sign-up sheets, still looking for folks to serve in certain areas. These invitations are still there, available to be handed out to young people, and ask them to consider coming to Bible school. Make it easy. Tell some of the neighborhood kids that you'll pick them up and you'll bring them in and take them home. Also, make sure your background clearances are up to date, your child abuse and your criminal, and just text Cindy Byler or give her a call if you have any questions, whether or not yours is still valid or not. All right, keep in mind this Sunday, first Sunday of the month, the 2nd of July, no breakfast fellowship prior to Sunday school, but after evening service, we'll have a picnic fellowship time out in the parking lot. We'll set up down in the lower parking lot. We'll have hot dogs cooked, and we'll have cake and ice cream. And Sam Fisher came up with a new type of ice cream, and I got to sample it today. I think you'll like it, so you'll have to come to find out what it is. But those of you that would like to play softball, family softball, Larry Sensnig's going to be organizing that for us, so come prepared for that. Make sure you bring a lawn chair with you, okay? And we'll go till dark, and it looks like the rain has no longer shown up on the weather forecast for Sunday, so it looks like it's going to be a very nice day for which, again, we'll be praising the Lord for. Barnstormers game, July 15th. If you have interest, see the sign-up sheet back there. And then keep in mind, Sunday, August 13th is the pig roast held at our home. All right. Let's go to our prayer guide. Quite a few updates. I spent most of Monday just on the phone with folks trying to find out from them where they are at and so forth. I already mentioned Bible school. Praise the Lord for the good week the teens had at camp. Pray that the Lord continues to work in their hearts. And if some still need to submit, that they would follow through on that, submit to the leading of the Lord. All right, specific prayer requests. Mike Beatty, update on his cousin Pat. Mike told me this afternoon that they took Pat off hospice. All right. And so praise the Lord for that. They didn't think she was going to make it, so hence putting her on hospice, but she's doing pretty good now, and at least a lot better than she was, so praise the Lord for that. Martha Koblet, still at home rehabbing after having her knee replaced. Continue to pray for her recovery, making slow progress, having in-house therapy, and Martha says that she's coming along okay. Jane Cox. Jane came home on June 15th. Sounded very, very good on the phone this afternoon. She goes back to the surgeon on July 6th for a checkup. The pacemaker they put in, along with the extensive heart surgery, everything seems to be working and operating well. And she says she can feel a difference already, and so that's a good thing. Ruth Farrer. Ruth is still trying to recover from her fall and broken ribs. I told you that she is planning to move out to Indiana to live with her daughter now, and her house goes up for auction on the 26th of July, so be in prayer for that. But Ruth told me that her daughter Kim, the one who lives in Indiana, who was going to come out, pick her up, help her move and do those things, she fell and she broke her ankle extensively and had pretty involved surgery to put it all together, rods and screws and so forth. So Ruth asked that we would pray for her daughter Kim, and already Ruth and her, I guess it's her son who lives behind her, has already started packing and so forth. Linda Freemel, still in Reading Hospital with cellulitis, still on an IV. The inflammation seems to be going down, and what he said, they're hoping another day or two that they'll release her to come home. Judy Heck wrote, continue to pray for healing. Sounded extremely good on the phone and upbeat. I'm not going to say she's doing great, but doing well. Is that, Meredith, is that?
She had a follow-up cardiothoracic surgery today, and they were pleased with everything that they heard and saw. We're really struggling with her blood sugar and nausea, and they said today the nausea may actually be her body using comfort because her body healing and needing extra energy, and also one of the medications. So hopefully she can actually start eating more regular meals and getting some strength back too.
Okay. And your father, how's he doing?
His dad.
Okay.
He's most of the time pretty good, sometimes pretty confused, but for the most part pretty good.
Good days, bad days? Okay. All right, Christine Laurie, not doing great. Again, has good days, bad days, Gary said. Continue to pray as they're trying to do what they can with the natural, and he mentioned one other thing they were doing to combat the pancreatic cancer that she has. And so just pray that the Lord's will be done there. Ruth Ann Lawrence. Ruth Ann diagnosed with cancer. She did have a port installed, I think it was yesterday. And then tomorrow she goes, I'm not sure they're actually going to begin chemo, but very, very soon they'll be beginning chemo. And she's ready for that, I think once every 2 weeks for a set period of time is what they have said to her. So pray for Ruth Ann as she goes through that. Again, just praising the Lord for, his goodness and getting there to the doctor in time and all those things. And she's looking forward to, positive outcome of all her cancer. All right, Ruben Makuda, a friend of the younger brother, fell and broke his back. All right, Travaki, so pray for Travaki. The Lord knows, not sure of his spiritual condition. Continue to pray for Ruben's father and also grandfather as they have physical issues. Tom Taylor. Tom has got a lot wrong with him, and we need to be in prayer for him. He'll have a heart catheterization on Friday. Sunday, they left the service because Tom was just getting out of breath. Even in staff meeting, he came today. He wasn't required to come, but he came and still got out of breath, just praying and so forth. So obviously something's going on there. Still having issues with swallowing, so he meets with the GI doctor tomorrow. And then the last shot that he had for pain relief in his back has worn off. And with all the other doctor's things, it looks like that's going to get kicked down the road there. So that means Tom will be in pain and have to take some painkillers to get him through until that next shot can be had. So do pray for Tom. Pray that he doesn't get discouraged with all that's going on in his life. Ray and Trish Vanden Bosch asked prayer for their daughter Megan and son Zach, that they'll come back to the Lord, and also to pray for their son-in-law for salvation. Dave Wright has asked prayer for Camden Buckner, grandson of Juliana's best friend, complications at birth. You can read that there, concerned about brain damage. And then also do pray for Dave, still trying to get relief from his personal issues as well. All right. Here's what I have. Anybody else have any other updates or additions? Dawn?
My cousin called me. I don't hear all the time, but it's my dad's brother. But her son, he's in his 20s, and he's in Echo Hospital because he was born with spina bifida. Anyhow, he's in there with pneumonia and some kind of infection. We don't know what infection it was, but he has a flat lung, and they're trying to get it back to normal. And I'm not sure they might want to operate on him tomorrow.
Okay. How old is he? Okay. All right. His name is Greg. Okay, name is Greg. All right. Know the Lord, do you know?
Well, she sometimes goes to church sporadically, so I don't know,
Yep,
how they is about it.
sure.
They
Just,
don't act like it all the time.
all right. So, not sure. Not sure. All right, any others? Phyllis?
My daughter Stephanie Weller sent thankfulness to all of you who are praying and asked for continual prayers in her situation. 2 months now, and this is the first time he's they've had police. He does not live in her home, but he is a very angry, uncontrolled man. Mentally, he's something wrong. So, she actually has an order date July 31 at 10 o'clock in the morning. So please pray that the Lord will direct that and her wisdom. But she's praising God for the way God's meeting his needs and his needs, and she's very grateful.
All right, so continue to pray for that situation. Others? Remember the group that is down at, in Kentucky at Moments with the Master Camp? All right. Let's see. Joe Moorhead's down there. Eli Phillips is down there. Elijah Sensnig is down there. Heather and Holly Byler's down there. Susan Jarvis is down there. Am I forgetting anybody? All right, so those 6, be in prayer for them as they conduct camp for the next 2 weeks. Any others? Continue to pray for our nation. This gay pride celebration thing, oh, way out of hand. Oh my goodness. Have you seen some on TV? It's just heartbreaking, also vulgar and just disgusting, but just how far we have gone as a nation, just unbelievable. Need revival. I see that hand, and that hand's attached to Margie.
Should be working on fire safety kits tomorrow at work.
All right, fire safety kits. All right. Okay, work hard and trust that it goes well. Yeah. Barnstormers game. All right, Margie's going to be throwing out one of the first pitches. All right? Okay, and Rachel's going to be throwing out a first pitch. And, all right, so keep that in mind. Linda, how's your knee recovered from surgery? Good. Good. Praise the Lord. All right, anything else? All right, we'll pray in a little while. On Monday, I got a call from Jared Park. He said he had to come home to conduct some business, a sale of a condo that they owned down in Florida. And then after that was done, he was going to come up, spend a few days with family. And I said, well, if you're available Wednesday. And here he is. Hasn't had much sleep in the last 2 days. Been mostly on airplanes flying. But I've asked him to come and give us an update as to what the Lord is doing there in Santiago, Chile. Good to have you with us,
Thank you.
Jared.
It's good to be here. Man, it's been a whirlwind